Hey guys, it's your girl Coco Kenzie. If you have not, go ahead and click that button and subscribe and be sure to like and comment. I love hearing other people's perspectives. Uh, welcomes community. It gives people a different way to look at something. So I totally welcome it. I love healthy debates in the comments as well. So definitely do all of that. Excuse my kiddo pictures again. I know like all my last videos have been like in my kids' rooms and spaces. And it's because like if you have children, then like you're like a magnet for them. So they're always like migrating to wherever my husband and I are. So these are my safe spaces. Like when I want a little time to myself, I'm like, oh, I'll just go to their room. So, but that's neither here nor there. Let's get into this latest episode of Love Island. I am so annoyed and tired, y'all. I just can't. Where do I begin? So I'll start with Will. Will, first of all, Trina, girl, I need you. We saved you, right? So the lady saved you, and I totally get that right now it's no new guys in. But I want you to make sure you're. I just want to make sure you're focused on plotting your next move because right now you're on vacation and I want to make sure that you're really focused on trying to make a connection so when the next flow of guys come in or if you see where you're going to sink your claws in that you're making a connection and not becoming just group counselor for the villa. Now, what could be, and I don't know, it probably won't be, but I was wondering when she was talking to Will, it could have just been, completely platonic. But y'all saw the rubbing of the leg, right? I was like, ooh, Kira's head's about to spin off into another dimension. But, when she was talking to Will, and I was like, okay, Will. Now, maybe it's me. Will is like, and it's so funny. Me and one of my friends were talking about this very recently. Will is one of those like boyfriends or guys that you talk to that makes you question everything that's like ever happened. It's like you could be like I could completely be like a virgin and you're my first, and then you give me an STD, and then you come back and make me question all of this. Like Will had me questioning what I saw with the tears and the I didn't do any, I wasn't intimate. It was like, Bill Clinton, is that you? Like, I did not have sexual relations with that woman, really? Well, let's define intimacy, because intimacy doesn't have to be sex. We all know that. But I'm like, did we not see Will kiss and flow in the bed? And I noticed he was very, and it could be a language barrier, y'all. It could be a language barrier. But I was like, he said, well, the first night I put the pillow between us. Okay, well, what happened on the second, third, fourth night? Okay, like, we saw you kissing her in the bed. Like, no, that's a problem. That's a problem. Yay, you didn't sleep with her. Problem. Okay? I know it's just a game, y'all, but I'm just saying, honestly, like, I think he was so bothered and shook that America was not feeling his little, his acting, his show. Like, no, nobody's here for it. Not that I'm really here for Kira either. I don't know. Like she seems nice enough, like with the girls, but I do get annoyed with her hanging on Will. I just do, and I think I get even more annoyed because I feel like Will is not coming across as genuine and authentic. It just seems like he's just shooting his best shot and hedging his bets, which I guess is okay. But again, this whole group doesn't seem to realize when you hedge your bets, you can crap out, you can lose. Hence Cinco going home, okay? Sometimes you can try to change the narrative a little too late. Will, we see you. Stop lying, okay? We get it. I see the tears. I really do. And maybe he's regretting something. I don't know. But look, like, you are lying. You're lying. You're sitting there lying to Trina. Shannon was right. Like, I genuinely love Shannon. And sometimes she can be out of pocket. And maybe I don't know. She is one of those friends that like really can make you go. I don't know. They just go in for you. Like they're like if there was a ride or die for you, or if there was team you, She's that person. So totally get it. I don't know. I know like it's the women's movement kind of thing. Like I didn't think maybe, again behind the scenes, like but I think it was a fair exchange between both of them. I didn't think it was so disrespectful as Shannon said, like for a man to talk to a woman like that. I don't, of course, I think that a man can let it go. It doesn't have to keep going back and forth. But, I mean, he has every right to, I guess, express himself the same way Shannon has every right to express herself. And you can agree to disagree. But just overall, like, Will, like, come on. Like, dude, just be honest, okay? Like, you were hedging your bets or you were interested in Flo, and that's totally fine. But you weren't sure by leaving Kira if America and everyone else was going to be okay with that. Or even if that's not the complete truth. You at least were interested, and we saw that, and you said before you were not sure, I don't know, like my hair could turn, like, and then you completely came back and said, no, my hair never turned. Like, you're lying. Okay. But moving on from that lie to the next lie. Corey. Now, in all fairness to Corey and Olivia are new, but the way these guys' heads turn so quickly is hilarious. And I'm just thinking Bailey was just more his type because all these guys, like this group, no, I mean, don't get me wrong, I can't say that because so many of the groups prior and just in other shows, like definitely have a type, but I think it's just the lack of maturity with this group. And poor Corey, I don't even know what to call it with this lack of maturity because he almost seems like a child. I mean, he's adorable. That's neither here nor there. Um, if I was Olivia, I totally could see how she would be offended in a sense. Now, what I will say, Olivia, again, I hate to reference more, but she has been hopping, which I guess you could hop until you find your right attraction. She could be hedging her bets. And again, like we just talked about crapping out. When you hedge your bet, sometimes you will crap out. But certainly we can all recognize that they had a friendship. Him, Cash, and Olivia had a really good friendship. And so when your friend does something to you, like when you start to have feelings for your friend, if they're genuine, then when your friend kind of is the one that's rejecting you, it cuts that much deeper. So I totally could feel her stance. On Corey's side, there was also nobody else in there really, I think, that he was attracted to. So it's kind of like, or like Florisa had left, and well, that was kind of it. But it was kind of like, yeah, well, why not us? Let's just try us, and like, this could be cool. And it was until it wasn't. And as soon as somebody came in that was probably more Corey's type, his head looks like it's turning. Bailey seems fun enough. Of course, I'm attached to Olivia because she's been here, right? So, I mean, right now I'm rooting for her. But Bailey seems nice enough. I would want to see her with Jeremy, but that means Jeremy would have to stay, and I'm not feeling Jeremy. Like I genuinely like people keep saying his dad works for CBS or it's some kind of nepotism in there somewhere. All I know is that I'm sick of seeing Jeremy. Like he's like, I don't know, like a pimple or something that just won't go away. No matter what cream you put on it, no matter like what compress, like just go away. But so I don't know. I'm so interested to see where we go with that situation because I like Olivia and I like Corey and I don't want to see them go and I like them together because I thought it was just so fun and fresh. And I don't know where that was Olivia, certainly not Jeremy, if Corey turns Bailey's way. And I certainly don't think she's going to go to Charlie. Now, speaking with Charlie, now, y'all, Cachet. Girl. There's some things I love about you, and there's some things that just irk my soul. Now, I don't know if Charlie's genuine, y'all. You guys are right. When we look at a lot of these, and not just Charlie, I'm not going to just put it on Charlie, but I'm going to put it on all these guys. When you look at their social media pages, it's been referenced in the comments, and my comments, it's been referenced on Reddit, all other social media groups with Love Island. When you look at so many of these guys' groups, Cachet is not the type that you see with them, hanging around or what it seems that they're interested in. So, totally could be the case for Charlie. And could he be looking for a way out? Yes, he totally could. Because Cachet was his ticket in, he's in, and maybe now this is the way to bow out. But what I will say that again, when you choose to do something, and this goes for Cachet, she hedged her bets. Like again, everybody in this house is gonna hedge their bets at some point because you have to. But when you hedge them again, you may come out on the side that is not favorable. So she could not decide. I can't decide between Cinco, 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 Cinco. Now I was puzzled. Now when she said that that's I chose Charlie in this girl, like I mean, I know she ultimately did choose Charlie in a sense, but you still were tricking around with Cinco playing the game. Like, and had he not gone home, then we would still be in this debacle. Your hand was forced, and we all see it. Charlie sees it. Like, and that's like, but just the honesty in it. Like, I just want her to be honest and authentic because when she was going through the exact same thing, I totally understood, and I just want her to understand Charlie's perspective as well. Again, whether it's genuine or not, don't know, but certainly just from the perspective of as it is, just as we see it. If you sat around and talked about some other man for 5 whole days, I would have bounced. But I guess he didn't have anywhere to go. But like it was just consistent talking about some Cinco Cinco. I don't know what to do about Cinco. So surely Charlie can be given the space. Like he doesn't need to be pressured into you need to decide now what you want. Because as a woman, like I'm not gonna be like, no, you were given the space to do what you wanted to do as you please. It's a two-way street. And Charlie should be given the space to deal with. I'm a big person on emotions and dealing with how you feel. Now, again, in the outside world, this could be a totally different experience, but when you're in that kind of small, intimate space, everything probably seems amplified. So for him, that could be, I mean, you could think of it being embarrassing, like looking the same way she was embarrassed, and it wasn't fair. So giving him the space to feel like what he feels, because you were consistently talking about somebody else for several days and we all watched it. And so for him to kind of maybe want to take a step back to see, well, am I a backup plan or did she just see what we all saw that Cinco was playing the game and going back and forth, and now, hey, now I'm your fallback and you get to choose me. Now, is he her fallback? Possibly he wanted to get in the villa, don't know, like, so I'm gonna go with her. Like, but please, like, allow him the space that you allowed yourself and don't bully him and say, well, I want to be touched now, I want to do this. No, pump the brakes. You were given the time to choose. Let him sort out his feelings and feel how he feels. Now, of course, with other women coming in, the heat is on, but those are the chances we take. When you move a certain way, because ultimately, again, when we talk about just from the game standpoint, because these people are not going to get married when they get out, I don't even know if anybody of them are going to be together. Maybe Shannon and Josh, just because it's the craziness of them. But, like, really, okay? But when you came back, you and Charlie both had equal things. You were looking for a way to get Cinco's attention and make him jealous, or that's what it seemed. And also, it was nice that he seemed interested in you, Charlie, and Charlie needed a ticket in. So, fair exchange is not a robbery. So, no problem with that. However, when you did that, he was all into you. He was giving you all of his attention, and you were not giving him that. So give him that space. Let's see how that goes. I don't know. I'm just interested to see where that takes us. So we have that, and then oh my goodness, just Shannon, 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 girl, I love you. I love your realness. I'm still right now. I got Shannon and Josh as my top, and I don't know. We'll see where anybody else goes, but right now I got Shannon and Josh as my top. Everybody else, the villa's a mess. As far as the new girls, I like. Is it Ellie? Relly? I don't know what her name is. Like, I like her. I like Bailey. I like Alana too. I don't know where everybody's gonna fit in. I'm thinking Charlie's head might turn. Maybe I don't know. I think it might. But also, he might look and feel like Cachet is a fan favorite and might stay. But, I don't know. You guys let me know what you think in the comments. We shall see. I've got a little creeper kid who's coming to the room. So don't forget to subscribe, comment, like. Definitely talk to me in the comments. Let me know what you guys are thinking. And I will talk to you guys real soon.